Why wait for the world to change when you can be the change? Instead of chasing after birds and butterflies, we can cultivate our own inner garden. By focusing on our personal growth, we attract the best things in life. True change begins within us. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. We must tend to our own garden and become the change we wish to see. Be an example that inspires and positively influences others. In this video, we have gathered lessons and quotes to deeply move you, making the seemingly impossible possible. If this is your first time on my channel, nothing will happen if you don't like or comment, but when you subscribe, like, and share, YouTube recognizes the value of this video and shares it with more people. These words are a comfort to the soul and a reminder that everything passes. The strength is within you, waiting to be awakened. Allow yourself to focus on you, open your heart and mind to these words, and start lifting your spirits. Ataraxia is a state of imperturbable tranquility. When we achieve this state, we find peace within ourselves and can better handle the problems that arise in our lives. As Marcus Aurelius, the emperor and one of humanity's greatest Stoics, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means keeping our minds clear and serene, focusing on what we can control, and accepting what is beyond our reach. Life is a journey full of ups and downs. We all go through difficult moments that test our ability to cope, but true strength lies in staying calm even when things are tough. As the philosopher Seneca said, it is important to live well and make the most of each day because the present is all we really have. Pursuing ataraxia doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect, especially when it's not. It means learning to handle them more effectively. When we are calm and centered, we make better decisions and act more confidently, helping us find solutions to adversities. Gandhi is an example of someone who lived this philosophy. He was an Indian leader who used peace to liberate his country from England. He protested nonviolently until he achieved freedom and inspired many people. Gandhi taught us that true strength comes from a strong will, not just physical power. Ataraxia gives us inner strength to overcome challenges without losing our peace of mind. Imagine you're in a boat on a stormy sea with strong waves and wind, but you remain calm, looking at the horizon without being shaken. This is living in ataraxia, a way of facing life that we can learn from Stoic philosophy and apply every day. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said something very powerful: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Our inner peace depends on how we interpret and deal with what happens, not the events themselves. Ataraxia helps us focus on ourselves, freeing us from unnecessary worries and allowing us to concentrate on what truly matters, our own growth. Just as we face unexpected storms at sea, we encounter problems at work, family confusion, relationship conflicts, financial issues, and even illnesses. These are the waves trying to unsettle us. But when you stay calm, you can see each situation without the weight of emotions and act rationally. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, perfect tranquility consists in the good ordering of the mind in your own realm. Each challenge is an opportunity to strengthen our ability to remain centered and calm. To achieve ataraxia, practice self-reflection and self-awareness. When we do this regularly, we start to see the world differently and handle what happens around us better. Ataraxia is the antidote to impulsive and stressed reactions, allowing tranquility to become part of who you are. Incorporate these practices into your daily routine and observe how you gradually reach a state of serenity and inner strength. Remember, ataraxia is not a destination but a continuous journey. It doesn't happen all at once but gradually. As Epictetus said, "Don't ask for things to happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they do, and you will be happy." This is the art of ataraxia, and it is within your reach. It's just a matter of practice and perseverance. Incorporating these practices every day can help you feel calmer and stronger inside. 2. Master your will. You face a challenge that seems impossible to overcome. Time is against you, and you feel you lack the skills and ability. Each step you take feels like it brings you back to the beginning. This is the true test. It's not just about your ability or the skills you still need to develop, but about your willpower. In my experience, mastering your will is essential for transforming adversities, challenges, or problems into opportunities. Resilience in the face of adversity is built through the conscious training of willpower. As Seneca said, the difficulty of a task is not measured by the effort it requires, but by the will invested. Everyone has faced situations where they needed to train their willpower to move forward, feeling like they were not meant to do something, and the urge to quit was overwhelming. Whether it's a stagnant job or learning to drive, think of a situation in your life where you gave up because you couldn't master your will. When you train your willpower, you start to see every obstacle as an opportunity to strengthen your character and persevere. Training willpower is like training a muscle. It requires perseverance, effort, and effective methods. A simple method is to break down large tasks into smaller, manageable parts. This eases the mental load and provides small victories that boost your motivation. For example, instead of thinking about losing 30 kilograms, start with a goal of losing 3 kilograms in the next month. Once you achieve that, aim to lose another 3 kilograms. By the end of the year, you may have lost 18 kilograms. While this may not be your entire goal, it will give you confidence and self-esteem to reach the final result. Often, when we focus on the entire goal, we fall into procrastination. Procrastination is one of willpower's greatest enemies, and you can only overcome it with self-discipline. Self-discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it, and without anyone reminding, urging, or ordering you to do it. You achieve this with commitment. An example is Marcus Aurelius, whose commitment to Stoicism helped him in his military campaigns and governance of the Roman Empire. His personal journal, Meditations, shows how willpower is connected to personal reflection and the pursuit of a greater purpose. As emperor, Marcus Aurelius faced decisions that affected many lives, and he did so with strength fortified by Stoic philosophy. I invite you to consider these stories and strategies as personal tools to face your own internal and external battles. With a strengthened will, you will discover that true power lies in mastering yourself and turning each obstacle into a step toward success. 3. Live in the present moment. Imagine you are walking through a park, seeing the green of the trees and the blue sky with fluffy clouds. You take a deep breath, feeling the fresh air fill your lungs. This simple moment is living in the present and enjoying life as it is. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This reminds us of the importance of being present and appreciating each moment. Being present means not letting your mind worry about the future or dwell on the past. Often, our minds worry about things that may never happen or replay events we cannot change, like our mistakes or past situations. This exhausts us and prevents us from enjoying the present moment. Mindfulness is a powerful tool to help us focus on the now. To be present, we need to change our perception and practice constantly. For example, as I write these words, I focus on the sensation of the keys under my fingers and my breathing. This helps me stay fully immersed in the task. Being present frees us from regrets and anxieties, allowing us to enjoy each moment and find happiness in what is, instead of worrying about what could have been or what might happen. Practice mind. Join our Stoicist journey at Buy Me a Coffee. Support with a donation or as a member and have a voice in our community. Every coffee fuels our mission to share wisdom. Be our pillar, make a difference today. Mindfulness not as another task, but as a way of living life with more gratitude and wonder. Remember, being present is a choice that requires practice. 4. Acceptance and resilience. During a storm, there was a fig tree and a bamboo. The strong and proud fig tree tried to resist the wind but was ultimately uprooted. The bamboo, on the other hand, chose to bend with the wind and remained intact after the storm. In moments like these, it's crucial to remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, strength lies not in resisting the wind but in knowing how to adapt to it. How can we apply this wisdom in our lives to develop acceptance and resilience? I've learned that accepting what we cannot change doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing that some aspects of our reality are beyond our control. For example, a few years ago, I lost a job I really enjoyed due to budget cuts. At first, I was devastated, worrying about bills, responsibilities, and everything else. But I soon realized that I couldn't change the company's financial situation. What I could change was how I responded to it. Developing a resilient mindset means turning pain into an opportunity for growth. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of focusing on the problem, direct your energy towards finding solutions or alternatives. Whatever we focus on grows and expands. In these situations, true strength lies in knowing how to adapt, like the bamboo, rather than resisting rigidly like the fig tree. Returning to my story, I decided to use my free time to improve my professional skills and learn things I always wanted to but never had the time for. This not only enhanced my resume but also gave me a new sense of purpose. Finding strength amid uncertainty is one of the greatest challenges, but meditation and reflection exercises can be of great help. Every morning, I spend a few minutes meditating, focusing on the things I'm grateful for and my strengths. This habit has helped me maintain focus and optimism even when the future seems uncertain. Practicing acceptance and resilience isn't something you master overnight, it's a continuous path of learning and adaptation. Acceptance is an act of courage and wisdom, and resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. It's the inner strength that allows us to face challenges with determination and hope. When we accept our reality, it frees us from the burden of frustration and enables us to focus our resilience on actions within our control. You begin to direct your energy more productively. Viktor Frankl, a psychotherapist and Holocaust survivor, exemplified the power of acceptance and resilience. He stated, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Frankl's experience shows us that even in the most extreme circumstances, we can find meaning and purpose by accepting our reality and adapting our attitude towards it. Developing acceptance and resilience is a personal journey full of highs and lows. However, armed with Stoic wisdom and a commitment to personal growth, we learn to love our fate with all its imperfections and surprises. This attitude provides us with inner peace and an indomitable strength to face any adversity, transforming each moment into an expression of our infinite capacity to love and grow. 5. Rely on virtue. Have you ever felt the need to find a clear direction to ensure that every step you take contributes to a better version of yourself? Today, I want to share with you a reflection on a possible path, guided by the light of virtue, using the teachings of Stoicism as our beacon. Imagine you are in the middle of a dense forest. The uncertainty about which direction to take can be overwhelming. Here, virtue acts as your internal compass, guiding you not to the easiest path, but to the right one. Living according to our values is not always simple, especially when we face daily pressures inviting us to compromise those ideals. As Seneca said, one cannot enjoy a life of fullness without challenges. Each of the Stoic virtues defines a character trait and also offers a tool to face life's challenges. They are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom illuminates and reveals solutions where others see obstacles. It's using knowledge to, for example, find calming and helpful words during a disagreement. Courage is the firmness in the face of fears and adversities. It's not the absence of fear but the decision to act despite it. Imagine you must face a situation, be it risking starting your own business or resolving a lingering issue with a friend. This inner strength drives you to take that step and succeed. Justice is looking beyond your personal interests. In a world where people are becoming increasingly selfish, acting justly means doing the right thing even when many are not. Think of times when you helped a colleague without expecting anything in return simply because it was the right thing to do. Temperance is the ability to moderate our desires and passions. It's having control over our own wants and developing the capacity to say no to ourselves. This is the essence of temperance. Practicing these virtues leads to a more ethical, respectful, fulfilling, and meaningful life. Each virtue-based decision strengthens our character. The Stoics inherited these virtues from Socrates, but many say they existed long before, which means that for thousands of years, men and great examples of humanity have based their choices and actions on this knowledge. When you face a difficult decision, ask yourself what the wisest, most courageous, most just, and most temperate person would do. Let virtue guide your actions. Although it may be more challenging, this is the path to true meaning and personal fulfillment. 6. Arete. Arete is a strength of the soul that drives a person to achieve excellence of character. The word arete can be defined as excellence. The Stoics believe that education should be connected to reason, coherence, and effectiveness, among other elements that promote the growth and development of our mental activities. Arete is an inner force that pushes us to transcend our limitations and live according to our highest values. This inner strength guides us towards a life of virtue and integrity, shaping our character and actions. As Aristotle said, excellence is not an act but a habit. This teaching reminds us that the pursuit of arete is continuous, requiring daily effort and dedication. To achieve arete, we must first understand and cultivate our virtues. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca stated, virtue is the only safe freedom. This quote highlights that true freedom and excellence of character come from developing virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By practicing these virtues, we strengthen our souls and become more resilient and balanced individuals. The essence of arete is the ability to rise in the face of difficulties and continually pursue excellence throughout life, constantly fine-tuning our character like musical instruments. We refine our thoughts, words, and actions to become better, healthier people. We should strive to align our actions with our values and principles, always seeking truth and justice in our daily interactions. By doing so, we not only become better individuals but also positively influence those around us, inspiring them to seek their own excellence. Arete is an endless journey, an incessant quest for the perfection of character. By embracing this journey, we cultivate a life of purpose and meaning, guided by the strength of the soul that urges us to improve daily. Through consistent practice of virtues and resilience in the face of adversities, we achieve true excellence and contribute to a more just and virtuous world. This idea is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which advocates virtue as the main path to be followed in life. The Stoics believed that being virtuous, or acting according to solid moral principles, was crucial to achieving happiness and well-being. Just as we tune a musical instrument to produce better sounds, the Stoics encourage us to refine our thoughts, words, and actions to become better people and live more fulfilling lives. 7. The art of detachment. The most powerful tool for emotional freedom is detachment. Imagine yourself in the middle of a park where the trees sway gently in the wind, and you are simply observing without trying to control anything around you. This state of observation without attachment or attempts to change anything captures the essence of detachment. Often, we confuse detachment with apathy, which is feeling nothing or a total lack of interest, but neither of these defines it. Detachment is an invitation to free ourselves from our own expectations. How many times have you been so worried or anxious about failing that you ended up failing, living in immense anxiety and tension? By clinging too much to the outcome, it didn't happen. Detachment offers us an alternative, a way to live with the certainty that, although we can do our best, the final outcome is not always in our hands. It becomes an exercise in acceptance, where we focus only on our behavior and actions in response to circumstances. In practice, detachment has helped me face personal and professional challenges with more clarity and calmness because I started to let go of worries about the outcome, what others would say, think, or like, and began to focus on being myself each day and living authentically. Detachment is also a central concept in Stoic philosophy. Epictetus said that only the truly educated are free because their happiness and well-being depend on nothing external. When you face a difficult situation, whether it's a conflict at work or a personal goal that seems very distant or even impossible, I invite you to practice detachment. Focus your energy on what you can control, your actions today, right now, and let go of the rest. It's not easy, but with practice, this perspective can free you from much anxiety and pressure. Remember, detachment is not a lack of passion but the wisdom of not being swept away by what is beyond our control. It frees us to live fully, accepting the natural flow of life with grace and strength. So, allow yourself to be free and find peace no matter what life brings you. Understand the real meaning of detachment. Comment on which situations in life you commit to detaching from today. By doing so now, you are already confirming this commitment. 8. Transform fear into courage. There is something that separates us from our dreams, something that, each time we choose not to face it, distances us from experiencing the best things in life. A small word, but one that creates a huge barrier: risk. We fear taking risks, and when we allow fear to paralyze us, we stop living fully. We avoid situations that might challenge us but also those that could enrich us and help us grow. Risk is not our adversary but a gateway to new experiences and achievements. Each risk taken is an opportunity to expand our horizons and discover abilities we might not have known we possessed. Epictetus said that we only discover our true strength when we face our fears. This thought has been a guiding light in my life when the shadows of fear threaten to engulf me. Some situations in our lives will demand an act of faith and courage. Consider the relationship between fear and the opportunity for growth. Every time I faced a frightening situation, I found that fear was just the beginning of something greater. The first time I had to speak in public, I was terrified of saying something wrong and people laughing at me. But by confronting these fears, I managed to overcome the experience and discovered a love for public speaking and a talent I didn't know I had. When we face our fears, we uncover our dormant strengths and capabilities. Each time fear arises, I stop to analyze the worst-case scenario. If the worst happens, is it really the end of the world? Or can I endure it? By doing this, you'll start to see that the outcomes you fear are often less likely to occur, or you have the capacity and energy to handle them. Transforming fear into a force that drives us forward is another transformative aspect. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, use it as motivation to move forward. This transformation is neither simple nor quick, but it is immensely rewarding. Think of fear as the energy stored in a compressed spring. When released, this energy propels us forward with renewed force. Facing our fears is essential to reaching our potential. If we never faced the fear of failure, we would never discover new skills and strengths. Every fear overcome is one less barrier between you and your dreams. At any moment, an act of courage can change your life completely. Act with courage. There is a difference between merely existing and truly living a full and meaningful life. As Marcus Aurelius said, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. If you've made it this far, comment gratitude now to discover 10 foolproof practices for becoming disciplined. Watch the video on your left. Thank you for watching.